Christians see this ticket as an ascent to the current and continuing educational, economic, and political marginalization of Northern Christians. By way of illustration, I want to give the following employment data in tertiary institutions based in the North. This data is for both federal and state-owned universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. This data is public data as available on the website of National University Commission, National Colleges of Education Commission, and the National Board for Technical Education. They are public data. As of now, there are 28 federal universities located in the North. Of these 28, 23 vice chancellors are Muslims, 5 are Christians. The state universities and in the North are 22 as of today. Of these, 17 are Muslims, 5 are Christians. Now to the federal polytechnics. There are 21 federal polytechnics located in the North. Out of these, 18 are Muslims rectors, 3 are Christian rectors. State polytechnics. As of today, there are 20 state polytechnics located in the North. Of these 20, 16 are Muslims, while 4 are Christians. Federal colleges of education. Of the 23 federal colleges of education located in northern Nigeria, 22 provosts are Muslims, 1 is a Christian. Of the state colleges of education located in northern Nigeria, there are 31 in total, out of which 24 are Muslims and 7 are Christian provosts. Of course, it goes without saying that employment to all positions from the registrar down to the cleaner in these institutions will be replicated in a similar manner. This scenario is what we find in all agencies of government in the North. Now, in the Federal Executive Council, from the North, there are 2 ministries headed by Christians. The Ministry of Special Duties, headed by our dear friend, Senator George Akume, a former governor, very experienced senator, former minority leader of the Senate, is heading the Ministry of Special Duties. At the time I was secretary to the government, Special Duties was the smallest department in the office of the Secretary to the Government, with 2 parastatals. In the wisdom of the present administration, they've created it into a ministry headed by a Christian, Senator George Akume from Benue State. The second ministry, headed by a northerner, is the Ministry of Women Affairs, which is headed by Pauline Tallen, a former deputy governor and a 2-time minister. She heads the Ministry of Women Affairs. By way of comparison, Kaduna State has 2 ministers of cabinet rank. Kaduna State has the Minister of Finance. Kaduna State has I can't remember the other ministry, I think Agriculture. 2 very mighty ministries, all of them, of course, Muslims. I recall there was a time when if the governor in Kaduna State is a Muslim, the minister would be a Christian. Now it is not so. Now, therefore, we view this Muslim ticket as an extension of this practice of exclusion to the uppermost level of government. Christians all over the country see this Muslim ticket as a challenge and a premeditated attempt to introduce and firmly entrench religion into the politics of this country. This, of course, will lead to further disharmony in the hitherto fragile coexistence of the Nigerian society. It would disrupt peace and hamper both social and the economic development of the country. Christians, and indeed most enlightened Nigerians, are at a loss as to why people that intend to govern a country with our kind of diversity would choose this path to power. This is very divisive and must be rejected by all patriotic Nigerians. Also, implied in this ticket is the insinuation that northern Muslims are not willing to vote for a ticket that has a Christian on it and on which they are not represented. It is our belief that northern Muslims would have seen the justice in a Muslim-Christian ticket and would have given it their overwhelming support had the party been inclined to do so. Sadly, the party chose to go the divisive line. A corollary to this mindset is that Christians should also not vote for a ticket in which there are no Christians in it. Now, this is the message to Christians, and we get this message loud and clear from this Muslim ticket. This is truly a wake-up call for all Nigerian Christians. We didn't start this religious politics. APC and its candidates did. So all of us should take note and act as appropriate. Now, I'd like to deliver a message to us, APC and our colleagues. Please spare us these sanctimonious lectures on competence and the cliché, religion of the candidate do not matter. The truth is that the 2023 presidential election will be all about religion. And sadly, APC started it. Religion does matter in this context, so APC should be ready for the consequences of the outcome. It is important to reiterate that we Nigerian Christians want to live in peace and harmony with all practitioners of other religions. We want to enjoy social and economic developments like other parts of the world. But without peace, justice, and religious harmony, this is not possible. And we are not ready to be cheated out of our rights. On our part, we neither seek to oppress nor dominate anyone or any religion. But we also will resist anyone trying to discriminate against us and our religion. Once again, we were not the ones that started this fight. The APC started it and must be ready to carry the cross it has created. Blaming Christians and heaping insults on Khan will take them nowhere. For how do we expect Christians to keep silent when a northern state governor publicly states that they pressured Tinubu into getting a northern Muslim VP because they did not believe him to be a good Muslim? Is the VP going to be the national deputy chief imam? How do they expect us to keep silent when another northern state governor goes to Osun State and urges them to vote for someone just because he's a Muslim? Was he there for election campaign or for dawah? What can be a better example of religion in politics than those demonstrated by these governors of APC? Clearly, there is an agenda to politically, religiously, and economically suppress and oppress the northern Christian. But we are up to the task. We will protect ourselves. We will defend ourselves. And we will defend our interests. The PVC and our prayers will be our weapons of choice, and we will massively deploy them in 2023. But while we are ready to do this battle in politics of exclusion and oppression, we are open to discussions with anyone who wants to engage with the Christian community, provided it is in good faith. And finally, as I always do, I want to end this speech with this quotation from Romans 8, verse 31. What then shall we say in response to all these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Ladies and gentlemen, may God bless and reward all our collective efforts at seeking to live in peace with one another in Nigeria, our blessed country. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you very much. We must take cognizance of time as we run through this program. I'd like to quickly recognize the President